You're watching Marketing Matters with Colin Carrasquillo, exclusively on CBT News.
Hey there, Colin Carrasquillo here, Digital Marketing Director of the Nielsen Automotive Group and host of Marketing Matters. Thank you for joining me today. On this episode, we are getting down to business with Google Business Profiles. Now, yes, a lot of you out there might be rolling your eyeballs. Hey, I have my Google Business Profile dialed in. I challenge you, though, to go on, search for your dealership on Google, and see if all of the information is correct on your business listing. And also, are you optimizing your business listing to give your dealership the most exposure that it can possibly glean when people are searching for your products and services? So if you're not familiar with a Google Business Profile, in this case, we'll call it your GBP. This is probably the best free marketing and advertising that you as a dealer can take advantage of. Now on Google, you can do a search for your dealership name. If it was us, we'd be searching for Nielsen Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And what you'll see is a lovely profile of the dealership pop up on the right-hand side of the screen. Now that has your dealership's information. So dealership name, dealership address, dealership phone number, the NAP, name, address, phone number. It's very important that you have the correct name, address, and phone number in your dealership's Google Business Profile because that will power your Google Maps. Now, why do I say that? It's because this is an outlet that consumers utilize to find your dealership. I guarantee you, if you go onto your analytics, should you have your analytics set up, your Google Business Profile is going to be one of the highest traffic drivers to your dealership's website. Now, if you do a great job optimizing your dealership's website, you're going to get more customers in your sales department and in your service drive. So, how do we ensure that our Google Business Profile is up to snuff? Well, it all starts once again with a search on Google. Search for your business on Google. When it populates, make sure that you own that Google Business Profile. Now, there is a process to go through. If you do not have ownership of the profile, you'll be asked to verify the business. Google, although they try to make things easy for the customer, sometimes makes it a little challenging for the dealer. So in this instance, you'll have to verify your business through a minute video. That's right, they're going to ask you to take a video of the fascia of your building, streets around it or landmarks around the building, and ultimately the inside to prove that you are in fact a car dealership. Yes, it's a little silly, but you know what? It does go a long way when a consumer is ultimately looking for your brands that you represent or a place to service their vehicles. So once your business is verified, should you get ownership of the business, then you need to start focusing on some very, very important things. The first being the NAP, name, address, and phone number. Now, we've talked about this in Marketing Matters at some point in time, but ultimately your name, address, and phone number needs to be consistent across all of your profiles, not just your Google Business Profile. From there, you want to ensure that your business is classified correctly. On your Google Business Profile, you are given the option to provide primary categories, how your business will be classified in Google, as well as secondary categories. Now, primary categories, I would advise that you are insert brand dealer, right? They have the option to do Ford dealer, Jeep dealer, Mitsubishi dealer, so on and so forth. I would make that your primary category as you are that dealership, especially for your sales listing. We're not even going to get into the fact that you can have sale or service and parts departments nested under your main sales listing. Let's take it back to basics and just focus on your main sales listing. So you want to be insert brand dealer. Now from there, you also then have car dealer, used car dealer, truck dealer if your brand does sell trucks. Now, in some instances, I'll give you an example. We have a Mitsubishi point. Mitsubishi does not have any sort of pickup truck or truck in their lineup at this point in time, so we do not have that on the business listing. But for our other brands that have trucks, put truck dealer in. Used truck dealer, car leasing service, and car financing and loan company. Now, after you have all of those categories created, you will start showing up when people search about topics related to the categories. Jeep dealer near me searches, Mitsubishi dealer near me, leasing services near me, so on and so forth. As previously mentioned in a separate episode, no consumer journey is exactly the same. The way that you and I locate a business or choose to do business with a specific dealership will vary drastically. Our goal as marketers is to capture as much intent from a consumer as possible to have them choose our business. And this is how you do it. It starts with the fundamentals of a solid Google business profile. Let's consider a Google business profile your side door. Colin, where are you going with this? Well, you have your brick and mortar location. That's your front door. You have your dealership website. That's your back door. Now you have Google Business. That's your side door. What's the point? They're all doorways. They're all entries to your dealership, your operation, for a business or a person to choose to do business with you. So once you have those categories established, I would ensure that you're also then moving on to including the proper links to your website, to any sort of scheduling service that you might have when it comes down to sales. Perhaps for vehicle acquisition, you have a link where someone can schedule to have their vehicle picked up for an appraisal. That would be on your sales listing. There are ways that in the Google Business Profile you're able to add those links. There are also Q&As and photos that you'd be able to upload on your Google Business Profile. Now, Q&As, it has not been proven per se that if you have a specific question and answer, Google will analyze that or crawl the business profile and ultimately give you benefit, right? So better positioning when it comes to your search results if you have that answer in place. However, what they do look at is overall engagement. How often not only you, the dealer, are engaging with your Google Business Profile, but consumers. So why not have Q&As? I'll give you some examples of Q&As. Does this dealership location have electric charging stations? Does this dealership location have Spanish-speaking personnel? Does this dealership location offer X, Y, and Z, right? Now this can come down to help with financing a vehicle. It could come down with, does it offer acquisition services? Think like a consumer. What are the questions that a consumer would be asking you at your dealership? If you get a really good one, you should say, you know what? That's a great question. I think other people would probably think that or ask that same question. Let me put it on my Google Business Profile so individuals now know, thanks to your help, customer, that we offer X, Y, and Z. This is going to help you be the authority when it comes to a specific brand that you represent or a service that you provide. Now let's talk about photos. Photos are exceptionally important when it comes to Google business listings. I would advise that you upload photos of your dealership, the fascia, the interior, all of that. There actually are segments for front, interior, so on and so forth, logo. You can explore in there. It's quite fun. I definitely would advise that. You can get lost for hours in your Google Business Profile. But ultimately, ensure that you are regularly updating your pictures. Now, these pictures can be of consumer or customer deliveries, right? Happy customer photos. New inventory that's being delivered or arriving at the dealership. Specialty inventory that you want to feature or move. It could even be the promotions. Let's say you work with an agency of record or a vendor partner that does graphic design for you, or perhaps you have a very talented graphic designer in-house. That individual, when they do your monthly promotions or specials, should they be in image format or even video for that matter, post those on your Google Business Profile. This is going to show that you are actively engaged with your business listing, that the consumer base can also be actively engaged with you, and it will provide you with overall lift in traffic. Now, lastly, you also want to focus on the fact that you can link now your social channels to the Google Business Profile. I always say this when we acquire or launch a new dealership. The first thing that I do prior to getting our dealership website live is getting our dealership social channels live. Now you might say, well, why? There's a couple reasons, methods to the madness, if you will. First and foremost, when you get a dealership's social channels live, like Facebook or Instagram, you'll notice that they have some of the strongest organic authority when it comes to search engine optimization. In layman's terms, you showing up on Google when people are searching. Through a relationship, Facebook, Google, that will allow your dealership to show up first if someone's searching for that specific name. So it's always very important to establish your social profiles first. Guarantee it. Then from there, link those same social profiles to your Google business listing. This is just going to increase link back capabilities, once again strengthen your overall business listing, giving consumers ways to find other outlets of yours. The more outlets, the more connectivity, the better. They enable you to upload your Facebook, your X account, your TikTok, your YouTube, so on and so forth. I would highly advise that you not only have and create those accounts, but that you're linking them all on your Google business profile. Now lastly, we want to talk about ensuring that the Google business profile information that you put on there stays correct. We had talked about NAP earlier on in the episode, name, address, and phone number. One of the pitfalls or downfalls of a Google business listing is that consumers can make recommendations to change specific items on your business listing profile. Those could be hours of operation. Those could be specific links that you have over to your website. That could even be your phone number and name of the dealership. So it would be wise to have a cadence in place, I would recommend weekly, where you can go in and just do a quick audit. It takes 10 seconds, 10 seconds, that you go through and make sure that all the information on your business listing is still correct. And also, another potential pitfall to be aware of, when you represent a specific manufacturer, they often have certified providers in place that they say, hey, we would like you to use so-and-so for reputation management. That reputation management provider may go into your business listing if they request access to it and make some changes that you're not even aware about. Now, I hold my business listings very, very close to the chest. They're like my children, my babies. It's often hard to relinquish control over to those companies. But in the instances that I do, I ensure that I am always going in, monitoring, and updating should they be needed. Let's review what we went over here and getting down to business with our Google business profiles. Ensure that your NAP, your name, address, and phone number, is correct on your Google business listing. Ensure that your business categories are correct. Ensure that you have links over to your website that in fact link to the pages that you want individuals to be directed to. We don't want any 404 errors. That definitely will hurt your overall performance of your Google business listing. Link your social channels. The more connectivity, the better. It's a digital ecosystem. Embrace it. Connect everything to your Google business listing. Upload photos regularly. I challenge you. Every dealership should have a process in place with their sales staff where they say, every customer you deliver, take a photo with. Let's get those photos up on our business listing. Every type of delivery you get in, hot product, new product, aged product, whatever it is that you want to move, upload it to your Google business listing. There's dashboards within the business listing that will show you all the exposure that you get by just having more activity on your Google business profile. And finally, Q&A, and absolutely not just Q&A from a consumer perspective, but Q&A that the quality of the information on your business profile is consistent from the day that you set it up. With those tips and tricks, you will be unbeatable when it comes down to your Google business profile. Thank you for joining me today on Marketing Matters. I'm your host, Colin Carrasquillo. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching Marketing Matters with Colin Carrasquillo, exclusively on CBT News.